BBC Asian Network.
Yeah, we're here again. We are in no filter territory. What is no filter, I hear some of you ask? Well, essentially, the whole point of no filter is about meeting those musicians who I love playing so much, but meeting them soul to soul and toe to toe. Will this conversation be about music? No doubt. There will be some music being discussed. But on top of that, I want to know about the real person, not the real person that they put on social media. I'm talking about the real person who, when they're alone at night, starts thinking those dark and those deep thoughts. No filter is about pulling out that real person when they're at their most vulnerable, in bed, all alone. And we want to open up their minds and we want to find out what makes them tick. And I hope, Sevaqk, now that I've said all of that, that you're all good with that. Welcome to the show, bruv.
Bobby, blessings, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
So how are you feeling?
I feel amazing, bro. I feel amazing.
Because this is a long time coming.
Most definitely, man. That's why I said thank you for having me, my bro, because we've been speaking for the longest. And, we've been saying how we was going to do something along the lines of just an interview period. And then now here we are doing a no filter. So you've actually got the AAA all access, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go access all areas, first of all, what a journey over the last 2 years. Now, I know you've been struggling and working for much longer than the last 2 years, but your career over the last couple of years it's like someone put a match to some blue touch paper.
I mean, it's been phenomenal. The journey has been like strength to strength, from early Mostak days to early Miss days to where we've built an establishment now for these artists that are just like killing the game. And it was just a blessing to be a part of that and, kind of first hand see it develop through nothing. And and I just extremely grateful just to be a part of that journey and the ongoing success of the UK music industry and being a part of that. Shout out Still Bangles as well. Big brother over there doing his thing, killing it. And it's been it's just been a, what's the best way to put it? Very overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's gonna come tomorrow, in terms of music. Because you could be the hottest producer today and then tomorrow it's done. So it's all about the consistency and building and understanding that there's more to it than just the music.
Yeah.
There's more than just what you hear in the speakers of the end product. Sleepless nights and pot noodles when we didn't have change and when we was just rubbing 20p's together and we was recording people. It's just the harsh reality, but now we're here to be able to speak about it and be able to be like, this is the reals, this is what was happening,
Yeah.
And just coming from absolute nothing and being like a nobody, and then having Miss Say just made a banger with Sevaqk, which obviously allowed me to have a brand.
Was he the first one to say it?
Yeah, he was, man. So shout out to Mist and God bless you, my bro, forever. I love you, bro, to the death, bro. And shout out to Mostak, I love you too, bro, to the death. Shout out, bro, Bangles, bro, I love you too, fam. It's all a fucking family thing. And you know what? Excuse my French.
Stop you there. Apologies if anyone's listening at home.
It's just real passionate and, this is all I know. So when I speak about what I know, I'm just real passionate about it.
Okay, of course you are, man. Once again, if you're listening at home, if you're offended
apologies.
By that, can I apologise to my listeners and then you can apologise?
I needed to say sorry because it was me that swore in it. You know what I'm saying, Bobby?
So apologies if that offended you, but we're all good because we're on a level now. I just quickly, a lot of my listeners, a lot of Asian Network listeners won't know about the backstory. I'm not talking about the hard work. I just want to, obviously, British Sikh, all right? What ends did you come from? What year were you born, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just trying to get a picture about your childhood.
Yeah, but I'm from East London.
Because you East London Punjabis are different from us. I'm from Hounslow,
well,
and I'm just
East
telling
London
you
boys
straight.
Is a bit different, What can I say? But I'll be all the way honest with you. It's just the start of this whole journey began when my dad got me a piano when I was 6 years old. That's point period. That is the reason why I am where I am, and I'm so gifted on the piano or understanding keys.
Was that he's a kid, let's get him a piano to shut him up, or was it like there was already some
I'll be all
musical
the way
talent?
honest with you, I was always tapping in it and annoying my mum and dad, like playing the dole around the house and whatever. My older bro played dole, my older cousin used to play dole as well, so it was easy for me to understand that it was in and around the family type of thing, innit? So then growing up just around that, and obviously imagine being in a household, you listen, mum's, dad's got Bundarakya on, you know what I mean? Just slapping it out, loud change, everyone listening, neighbours can hear it 5 yards away, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously I understand that the culture's still here.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up and when my dad got me that keyboard, it just clicked. I didn't ask for it. That's why it is the true blessing, because I remember I was meant to go to school that morning. I've come down and then there's a front room, and then there's like a living room area, and then there's like a space in the kitchen where we used to live. And
Are
then
you
in number
talking about
7,
those front rooms where no one's ever allowed to go because it's only for guests?
So obviously, yeah. I've come down on my birthday, on my 6th birthday. I've come straight into the living room. My dad's sitting there before he goes to work, because we used to leave at the same time. So I go to school and he goes to work. And then literally, he said to me, go in the front room. And then, excited me, just come. And I was like, what? You get me? Like, he said, Dad, you got me a piano, yeah? And then, after that, it was history, because that piece of gift that my dad gifted me allowed me to understand keys. And from a young age, I always was curious as what keys went together, and understanding not even the notes or chord progressions or understanding anything to that degree as a little kid, just putting it literally like that key goes with this key, so that key must go with that key, and then understanding how to play. So now when I'm in a session, someone's playing a key and I'm like, I know what key that is. I don't even know what key it is, but I know what key it is because my ear is trained.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
In the music theory, I'm not the best and not most acknowledged, but I understand where it can go
bro,
through the air.
One of the greatest musicians of all time is Prince, and Prince couldn't read a single note of music because he felt it in every fibre in his body. I'm sure you feel those keys in every part of your hadiya, your bones,
man.
you know?
And obviously it's more so that it strives me today, because my dad got me that piano, and obviously, rest in peace, he's not with us no more, so it's obviously, it's still driving me.
Look, I was going to play a track, and I was going to come to this possibly later on in the interview, because you brought it up. I'm just going to ask you straight, You often on your social media obviously mention your dad.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, my dad. Shingara Singh Kelsey is a true legend, fam. True G, man. What a great soul. What a great soul.
Can I ask you why he was such a great soul, and why you mention him? You exalt his name nearly every day on your social media.
I'll be all the way honest with you. When I wasn't even Sevaqk and I was just doing road shows, Bobby, my dad would take me to my 5-6 shows a week bookings and slap them with me. He was the driver, bro, to my road show bookings. And every single week, 4 shows deep, 5 shows deep, my dad would come and slap them out with me, bro, without even asking me twice. And then how they would do it is they'll go to work, come back from work, drop me, come home, have a roti, and then come back and pick me up from the show. A few occasions which they stayed with me because the distance was too far to come back.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm a kid, bro, and I'm DJing. My dad supported me from the get-go. So I remember in one of my previous interviews with Limelight and Candyman, and I'm stressing to them, and I'm like saying, one of my sister's kids didn't want them to go into music or whatever.
Yeah.
My parents supported me from the jump, bro, and that helped me get to where I am today. It broke past all of those, those thoughts you have in your head.
Yeah.
Do they want me to? That doesn't exist, bro, because the blessing is there from the jump, bro. That's why, like, when in the near future, when I have my kids, I'm gonna just do what you want to do, bro. Like, my guy, you do what you want to do, and you're gonna be successful with whatever you want to do, bro. Because the one thing my dad told me is, like, the consistency is the key. He's a builder.
Yeah.
So how he taught me was the consistency in the mix.
Yeah.
Of the, of the cement and the sand.
Yeah.
If that is correct, your itta is gonna fly. You are slapping up itta all day, bro. You could lay down 150 bricks, 200 bricks in a day. If your mixture's correct and the consistency's right, you will be able to lay your brick, your wall, your ground, whatever you want to build your foundation. Then you can build a bigger yard on top of that. So have you, if your consistency is correct. That was just my theory that my dad taught me when I was a kid. So it goes deep because my dad is a true ultra OG, and he literally did everything for man that I just, you know what it is, I just genuinely wish you was here to see what's going on right now. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not like one of the top 10 producers, you could say.
Bruv, but like, you're on fire.
I'm on my way to becoming something great. So I understand that it's just timing.
Yeah.
It's just literally timing and patience, because you could work consistently your whole life, and then when your time comes, that's going to be the window. And how hard you work in that window of when it opens, that is your time, bro.
Yeah.
The consistency beforehand is forgotten about when your time comes.
Yeah.
Believe me. So when your time comes, you still start to think about what's happening, and then all of this time until your window closes, that is your time period that you're meant to, that you're essentially meant to milk it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Windows open, milk it.
Yeah.
So,
whether it's milk it or whether it's ride that wave until its conclusion.
Exactly.
We're going to play a track. Before I do, one just last question.
Yeah.
And this, I think, I'm asking this just because it gives me a key into your kind of spiritual beliefs. Do you think your dad is watching you right now and sees it all?
I believe that I speak to my dad every day. Like, it's something that's a part of my daily ritual before I pray. So before I even say a prayer, I'm like, listen, Dad, this is going on in my life today. What do? Show me a sign.
Yeah.
And the sign may not even come on the day, it may come 5 days later, but I know that the sign that he was trying to show me, it's just, do you know what it is? It's just, I'm a spiritualist, innit? So I believe in energies and certain things. So it plays into a big part into my career, my lifestyle, and the way I operate my surroundings and the people I choose to be my friends and certain things. And it just comes down to, you know, my dad was just a straight up Siddha Banda, you know, like a real G, like proper Asli Banda. Like there was no one around him like him. So like why I speak so passionately about him is because he is literally the stone. My dad and my mom, like if you know about my rhythms, hello good Sevaqk, that's my mom, innit?
Everyone knows your mum, bruv.
So obviously, you know what I mean, without saying too much, my mum's got more features than a lot of people out there, but you know, no cap, I won't say it like that. But you know,
she better be getting royalties, bro.
Listen, she gets 100% G. I don't even touch the piece, I'm just doing it for the passion, bro.
Yeah, man. All right. Okay, we need to play a bit of Mist. We'll play Carla's back, and we'll be
Shout
back.
out to Mist, man. Just made a banger with Sevaqk to the world, man. Shout out to Bangles, bro. Me and him made this production together. You know what I'm saying, man?
Let me ask you something, because you've mentioned it on mic before we played the track, and then whilst we were listening to the track, he goes, this changed my life, this changed my life, and he says, I just made a banger with Sevaqk.
Literally.
It's a really nice motif. It's a very nice way to brand yourself, but I feel like you're talking about it much deeper than, yo, that's just become something I put on the track. Yeah. So what do you mean by this changed my life? Because
literally,
that's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because the whole Carla's back situation came about, and then when Miss said, just made a banger with Sevaqk, automatically everyone knew about this guy called Sevaqk.
Yeah.
With no face.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then the beautiful thing about that was, it broadened my horizon in the industry without me even trying effortlessly, because it was done in a natural harmony of synchronization between fellow pupils that want the same synergy, and you know, like it's like everybody wants the same thing, so we're gonna get to the goal, innit?
Yeah.
Regardless of if it was something or another, or that product.
Yeah.
But like that in particular song, Carla's Back, when he said just made a banger with Sevaqk, allowed me to have a brand today, so I can go and to another side of the world with another big artist. Like, just for example, I'm working in Netherlands at the moment, and there's an artist over there called 7 Alias. He's one of the biggest artists is there, like 40 million views. In a moment, I'm about to drop a tune and he's gonna say, just made a banger with Sevaqk, in a Dutch accent. So I'm just saying, this is what I mean by branding, is that it's now allowing me to work with further credible artists that are doing their thing, not only in the UK but worldwide, you know?
He unlocked your power with that one phrase.
Literally. Shout out to Miss, brother. I love you, man. If you're listening to this, my guy. Bro.
So let's talk about Mist. Let's talk about all of these amazing guys who I think after 10 years of the grime scene, plugging away, being looked down upon, it's now essentially the music of Britain.
Most
if you
definitely.
go anywhere else in the world, they like drum and bass, that's old school, but you lot were ahead of the game. Now, grime is synonymous with Britain and people respect it everywhere.
It's like a crossover between grime, rap, and then obviously Afro beats, and then a few other segments as well, which are people are obviously just creating in the back of their houses, just the same way we was when we did Carlos. Do you know what I mean? Like, or when I done block popping with Mo Stack, or I worked on High Street Kid or whatever, we was just literally trialing and erroring, same way another individual might come along and make a new sound. But the sound of the UK is so influential at the moment, where the biggest artists in the world are obviously taking tune and using the tongue that we're using in our languages and like the street lingo that we're using, and obviously applying it to their music, and it's working.
So the reason I mentioned grime, and you've totally just painted the picture of it's resonating around the world. The reason I mention it is because essentially, if that's the big British music at the moment, a lot of power, not all of it, but a lot of power creatively is held within the Black British community, the Afro-Caribbean community.
Most definitely.
And they understand and they realise that power's never been there for them before, and they are almost defining Britain's cultural power. Now, the reason I brought this up is because I need to ask you this, because we're the Asian network. When we see this power coming from a brown angle, we see the power in the establishment, which essentially for me is a white establishment, a white music establishment. It feels like you've then got this from the streets power coming up from the urban streets, and definitely the Afro-Caribbean and Black streets. How did two brown guys, almost get in there?
Literally, I mean, the best way I can answer that question is,
because it doesn't feel like that industry and the power structures want brown guys to make music. That's all I'm saying.
I can agree with that, but the one thing I can say is great music will always be great music. So if you're a composer or you're a producer or you're just a artist in general and you're doing great things, you're going to be seen. So like, for example, whether it was me or Bangles, and it was just a consistent line of work, and then making bangers with different artists, and then obviously building up credibility around the areas, because music's so relatable. When you listen to a song, that could be your song for the week, bro, and then you forget, you're done with it after a week because you digested it. Do you know what I mean? And like, music's so relatable to where it catches the masses. So then automatically, when you're just two brown brothers that are doing this thing in a and you're the minority, you're just trying and erroring. And now I find that the formula's correct, and people can digest the formula as a consumer or as a listener. So when you're saying how do we come into the situation and how are we so accepted, I just feel like it's good energy, times with amazing music, times with just having a good heart, bro.
Oh, look, I feel the good heart. I feel the thing you're saying about the beats, and the power of the music. But I suppose what I was trying to say was it feels to me that at sometimes you could see, just like the bhangra industry is a closed shop. White guy comes into the bhangra industry, the first thing they're going to kind of do is, you better show your worth and then we'll let you in. I'm just asking, is there a bit of a closed shop within grime? You two have been let in, but next man's not coming in because it's down to us.
No, because like, if you're a great artist and you're on your come up, I'm gonna see that and I'm gonna try my best to help you. Because I'm a man of even seeing the diamond in the rough, and I'm a jeweler all of a sudden, and I'm polishing. Getting it nice and ready, and that for the piece and that. And obviously the piece being the music industry.
Of course.
So obviously, I see the diamonds in the rough, and I do feel like there is more room for everyone to eat, regardless if you're Punjabi, Bengali, Pakistani, anything, bro. You could be anything, bro, and you could kill it out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm Asian, bro. I'm Punjabi. Just because I'm wearing a hat today, one of the major keys of my whole situation is that I wear a bug. That's my crown. And one of the pivotal points of my career was when I wore a bug in the marijuana video shoot of Chip and Mist, and I'm around Skepta, Lethal B, and I'm wearing a red bug. You see me, I stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And that for me was a pivotal point in terms of my career, because I put the masses on in terms of the turban, bro.
Yeah.
And that's my crown. I wear it like Minukosh Pendaj, you know, I wear it, you know?
Yeah.
I wear it, and when I put it on, I feel different.
Maharaja.
It's
supposed
almost
to be
like
the crown of a Maharaja.
Exactly, but it's almost like I have superpowers when I wear it. Because I basically feel like this is the way I'm meant to look when I come out here and do this music thing on the video side. Because of the way I've projected it already, and it's taken to the masses. So why stop now?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer to continue.
Yeah.
Wear my bug. Like,
wow.
I that's my crown.
The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Look, I don't wear a turban. I've always had short hair. I come from a Punjabi Sikh family, but I know how important that symbolism is, and I know how important it is for all of people in my intimate family who wear turbans. But when you talk about it like that, I'm pretty blown away. Now I'm gonna take this a bit further now. I'm not going to talk about Sikhism. I think I know where you're coming from. What was it like for the people who were working on that video? Did they understand this moment that you were having?
I mean, in all honesty, there was a few legends that were working on that video. There was Luke Biggins and Kevin Hudson, which are obviously amazing videographers.
And then the MCs as well.
Exactly, but visually, imagine you're shooting it and then you're seeing me in a turban, which is not, and I'm around a whole different genre of just catalogue of people, you could say.
Yeah.
Because
basically you might as well be making a Bhangra track to some of these guys.
Yeah, if I'm wearing a bug and people are seeing that, exactly, the first thing they'll think of is that, you know, he's just producing Bhangra or whatever. So for me to be in that position and be rubbing shoulders with people that understand and like basically see the vision, because how that whole situation even happened was just by fluke, bro. I rang up Chip and just to see how he was. Lethal B's from my ends. Lethal was, and then Chip's like, "Oh, where are you?" And I just said, "I'm in my area," which I won't say. And then Lethal B was like, "Oh, what's you doing there, bro? Who you talking to? Who's that? Who's that?" And then I was just like, "Bro, like," and then Chip was like, "Yeah, Sevaqk." And then Biz was like, "Bro, pull up."
Yeah.
Like, what you doing? Pull up, innit? So I literally pulled up. And then I played him the first beat, which was the one that made his album, Right Now, with Jamie and Frisco.
Yeah.
And then I literally sat on that glass table and I produced Marijuana while he was in the other room.
Wow.
On the same day.
Yeah.
No lie. And then I literally had a vision, because prior to this whole Marijuana wearing the bug situation, 7 years ago, I might have been in the studio with an artist, and I remember telling him that I'm going to wear a bug around all these people one day.
Wow, okay.
Real bars.
There you go.
So I manifested it from the jump, and I knew it was going to happen. It was just timing. And everyone, remember I was telling you earlier about timing, because it plays into a major part, because like you could have all the bangers in the world on your laptop, because sometimes you're just waiting on the artist to drop it. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Literally. So it's just timing, and then certain people might feel like, you know, I'm not dropping enough music, but hey, don't hate me, man. Chat to the artist, man, you know what I mean? This is just genuinely a situation of speaking to them. But going back to this whole Turban and Sevaqk, and just made a banger with Sevaqk, and how it's going to all intertwine in the next forthcoming 3 to 4 years, is that I'm going to continue wearing my turban as my crown, and inspiring the masses away from music also. And, you know, I want to just put out some more patakas, man, and take some holidays, man, and look after my mom's, man, and, you know, make sure she's sweet. You know what I mean? Because literally, man, my parents are everything, bro.
All right. I need to take an emotional break, because you're literally dragging me by my feet through the inside of your head, and I'm loving every single moment
Blessings,
of it.
man, blessings, bro.
Very quickly, you know, when I found out you were going to be with Deep Dollars, and you know how obsessed with Deep Dollars I am.
I know.
Indian style changed my life, bruv.
Bro.
And then I find out you're in California with Deep Dollars and XT Pro Music. That just blew my head, man.
Hey, big up to XT, big up to Deep Dollars, man. That's my Cali family and Canadian family right there, man. Obviously XD being from Canada, Cali, my man, obviously Deep Dollars. And I'll be honest with you, just to even meet them people, just because they're so down to earth, regardless of the fact that they make amazing music.
All right.
Just to meet them. And like, I was a fan from Deep because of Deep's music before I even knew about Deep on a friendship level.
Yeah.
Because one of my cousin brothers, Amajit, he was like, listen to this guy. Apparently, because somebody said he looks like my brother.
All right.
So he told me to listen to him, and then that was Rabnu.
Yeah.
And that tune, what got me was Rabnu vi pata tu ta loyalni. Rule number one is loyalty.
Yeah.
That got me in it by my dil, and I was like, bro, let's make some hits for him.
Let's do it, man. You know, just very quickly, I just explain it to me because, you know, when I was coming through in the music industry in the 90s, producers did not let other producers near their productions. Do you get what I'm saying? It was always, okay, fine, we'll have many vocalists and I respect that producer, but this is my castle, this is my studio.
I mean,
so how does, because you're brilliant, they're brilliant, you've all got, I'm not saying you've got
Most
egos,
defo.
but you've all got such unique sounds. How do you marry the two together?
I mean, how that even came about was me and Deep Dollars had another situation before we was even making music. So we was becoming friends through something else in another light. And then literally Deep was like, yo, my man, I need some hits, man. And I was like, yeah, bro, let's get it. And then I literally took a flight out there, took Jugga with me, took Kevin with me. And then the Such Das Minnow wasn't even meant to be, it was non-existent at the time with XD because we've gone out there to shoot for this Dadi.
Yeah.
And we've executed that video.
Yeah.
And then because there was fires around LA at the time.
Oh, yeah.
In November, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was we had an option to extend our flight for a week. Jugga dipped off to Canada and then me and Kevin stayed. XD came over.
Yeah.
And Such Das Minnow.
But yeah, but you know, that whole thing about the producers, like, is it easy to share production?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what it is? It's because mine and Deep's relationship is so solid. So if he tells me something, I'm going to take his word for it.
Yeah.
And
they produced
mouth,
his whole first his debut album, man.
So I'd be stupid not even to do that. Because they've been working with Deep even before I was in the picture type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of Deep's work from Rabnu, bro.
Yeah.
And then all the way through Indian Style, and then he's got other Jones as well that I'm not even out there, but I've heard, and then it's just like, yo, bro, man needs to put them out, bro. And like, but going back to can a producer work with another producer, it is simplified when the connection is made already.
Yeah.
And yeah, if the person's credible, then yeah, it can definitely be done, you know.
So there's no arguments. Oh, your snares are too top endy and
no, like for example, like I let XD do all the melodies on that, yeah, and I focused on the drums.
All right, that's how you do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I took TLC to the drums on that Such Das Minnow because why I say I took some TLC is because there's a lot of intricate little things happening underneath.
We hear them, man. Even the snares on that track are madness.
Exactly. So it was literally a group effort, which I won't take away from the fact because we all put our part in, and I'm not gonna say I did more, he did more, because it's not about that. Products out.
Basically, you cook the chicken, they cook the dal, and someone else did the pronte.
No, he did the roti, man. Come on, Deep made the roti back to back. You know it is, bro.
Oh, I love that. I just want to ask one last question about your generation. And when I say your generation, I'm talking about every colour, every background. We see, you know, this current generation coming through in terms of grime, and they are changing Britain bit by bit by bit. And then when I think about you working with XD Pro Music and Deep Dollars, I kind of feel like, you know, even people who are around even 5 or 6 years ago kind of need to step aside because a new gen is coming through. And when you go out and you work with these people, I feel that you know that, and that's why you're going out to work with them. Do you feel that you guys are a new gen coming through and the world is yours to take over?
Most definitely. I mean, prior to this whole point where we are right now, it's just been a struggle. So now being here and being able to maneuver and pivot and be able to just even look around
and
seeing what's going on, That's a blessing. So, and this is just baby steps, you know. Even though Still Bangles is doing masses and mountains of things, this is still baby steps. Believe me.
Yeah.
It's still baby steps. Even for myself, and I'm not even trying to take away from what Bangles has done, because he's done amazingly. I'm saying, don't let it go over your head what I'm telling you when I say it's baby steps.
I get it.
So, what you're trying to say to me is that, is it here for the new age? Yeah, man. I feel like the new age now is where it's at. And there's going to be another generation in 3 to 4 years. And then so forth. And then it's going to continue. And then there's going to be another Still Bangles and Sevaqk come through in another 5 years. And then there's not even just me and Bangles right now. You got another up and up producer, JB Productions, who's killing it, bro. That's my guy. Do you know what I mean? I went to JB's house when he was like 16, 17, said to his dad, yo, your son can do something. He's got a gift, you know? And now JB's like, he just got signed to PG Entertainment, which is Fredo's label.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's Fredo's one of the main producers. So just to be a part of that is a blessing. So, you know, earlier on the show, you was asking me about bringing people through. Bro, I've tried to do.
Yeah.
Been trying to execute and just help people, because you never know what greatness can become just off the back of just giving somebody a piece of information which they might have taken 7 years to do, but because you did it already, you might as well just help this brother and be like, yeah, man, this is how you do it. You know, it's L1, R1, triangle, X1. You know what I mean? Like, that's the cheat code, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's simplified now, because if I am here and I'm in a situation, why shouldn't I help somebody that I feel like can be a great, you know?
But people seek information, and it's just about the teacher being there at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, man. And you know what? A multi-billionaire told me, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
So, JB hit me up in my DMs, and he was like, what can I do to become a better producer? I said, learn how to play piano. 2 years later, he hit me back, he knows how to play piano. Bro, I got respect for you. You listen to, man. Came to your yard, chat to your dad, tell your dad there's money into music. Bro, look at you now, you're doing your thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that that's all because of me. I'm just saying that, bro, I said that it's possible.
Yeah.
So believe in it. Everything's possible. Like, there's enough roti for all of us to eat, man, bro.
And that, my friends, ends this party political broadcast by the Sevaqk Party.
Come on. Just made a banger with Sevaqk. Big up my brother Bobby Friction 10 times, man. It's been a long time coming since we've been speaking, but yeah, man, we're finally here, bro, man.
Chapter one.
Yeah, man, come on. We didn't even get to speak about music, but just know that there's a lot of producers on the way. Young Bane, all of the man's there, you know what I'm saying? I won't speak too much about who and who, but, you know, there's definitely a lot of things in the pipeline, and cannons ready with producers. So, yeah, stay tuned.
All right. Let's finish with Mimi. Bro, thanks for coming in.
Blessings, Bobby, always.
Sastia card to you as well, man.
Sastia card to you too, my brother.
Asian Network.